from my phone. I've never done something like this before. I'm not going to be reading any comments. I literally just want to give an update on what's up with me, how things are. I don't actually believe that anybody cares because I don't usually care when I don't see a YouTuber for a while. I just forget about them and go on living my life. But maybe some of you care, maybe some of you have questions. I don't know. I'm not even sure why I'm doing this myself, but for anybody who's wondering what's going on with me, first of all, there's a reason I'm not doing YouTube. I'm not doing YouTube because I'm not able to. I work two jobs. I'm currently in school so that eventually I won't have to work two jobs. And I live by myself, so I take care of everything for myself. I live in New York, it's very expensive. And basically, I just don't have the resources or the time to be able to continue doing YouTube. Um, I do have a lot of ideas for what I would love to do. There is another channel idea in my head, not the one that I've talked about in the past, but a totally separate idea that I think I would be great at doing, that would be interesting and fun, but there's no way I can do that. Like, I literally have to live my life and take care of myself, and that's what I'm doing. So that's how I'm doing. Um, I know a lot of people are finding me through my most watched video, which is one about how do you cope when there's no one to talk to. Um, I kind of laugh because I'm in a situation where throughout my life, throughout the past few years, like it's kind of happened that I don't really have a lot of people to talk to. There are a few people I send messages to here and there, and I'm very grateful for them, and I love them for that. But I wouldn't say that they're the most supportive, except for maybe one that I have in mind. So sometimes I'm definitely feeling like I don't have somebody to talk to, and there's nothing to do about it necessarily. And I guess the way that I've coped with it to continue on that idea, because this seems to be what people are searching for, especially after we come out of this whole pandemic and people are struggling out there throughout the entire world. And I get that. And sometimes my problems feel very insignificant when I look at things outside that are going on and when I talk to people with other problems. But, to just give my opinion and give what's going on with me, I don't really have time to care if anybody else cares about me. I don't have time to. I don't know. I don't make it important, I guess, is what I say. Like, I struggle. Believe me, I struggle. There are weeks that I'm not sleeping enough, getting like 3 hours, 4 hours of sleep a day. Um, Not eating right, not taking time for myself, not really having recreation time, going from one job to another, to schoolwork, to sleep. Like it, I don't know how I do it sometimes, to be honest. I struggle a lot, and there's days that I just want to collapse. So I wouldn't say that I'm coping, maybe. Um, but because I'm doing so much, I guess because I have so much activity in my life, I don't have time to even vent to people, really. I just have to kind of keep moving and get through it. So I don't know who that's going to help. It may help nobody, to be honest, but if there's something in your life that you want, like let's say the reason you're not doing well is because you feel like you need to reach out to somebody and you want to talk to somebody, it may be that you don't need to reach out to somebody. It may be that you just would be better off finding an activity to get involved in and finding something to do, some kind of project to work on. I'm going back to school, for example, which I never thought in a million years I would be doing, but I'm doing. I've kind of been forced into it. Forced into it in the sense that I will never be able to afford living as a single person in New York unless I do something to earn more income, and school seems to be the only way that's gonna do it in a way that satisfies me. But if you keep yourself busy, you may not be thinking so much about other people, and you may not even have time to focus on your problems and kind of like magnify them and make them larger because you're just going to be on to the next thing, on to the next thing, on to the next thing, like I am. And I'm not necessarily saying that's the best way to cope, but it's kind of how I've been coping, and it's working, I guess. um, I think also something that I haven't really talked about when it comes to when you feel lonely and stuff, like people ask me all the time. Actually, somebody actually asked me the other day, and I didn't answer them. Sorry, but somebody asked me like, "Do you ever get lonely?" And I'm like, "Well, yes and no. I mean, my life has changed so much. I used to be somebody who really, really, really wanted to be in a relationship, and that was the goal. Like, I wanted to be with somebody. I wanted to be, I don't know if married was what I wanted, but I wanted to feel that like long-term stable relationship, and that was going to be like my rock. That was going to be the thing that kept me together, and that didn't happen for many different reasons with many different people. And I've kind of got to the point where I just don't care anymore. Like I'm fine being who I am by myself. Now that makes my life difficult because it's very difficult being a single person, and I don't think people talk about that enough, to be honest. It's difficult being in a relationship, but it's also very difficult being single. But I think I just don't care about getting into a relationship anymore, and I'm not really lonely. Like I've learned to just enjoy my time with myself, and I find things to do. Maybe because I don't have enough time, I really value the time that I have. And so, no, I don't really get lonely. And I mean, I'm interested in people, but I don't have the time to date, and I don't have the time to get to know somebody to even want to, like, I don't know, like eventually move in with them or something. Like, I can't even imagine that right now in my life. So, what else was I gonna say? Something about when you have no one to talk to. I guess when you make plans, I think, when you create action in your life, when you move towards something, when you get involved in something, when you make something the focus of your life that you know is going to benefit you, and you commit to it and you work hard on it, and you kind of like block out these other things like relationships or friends that maybe aren't really benefiting you right now anyway, or I don't know, focusing so much on the hardships in your life. I mean, those hardships are going to be there whether you focus on them or not, right? I have plenty of things that are going wrong in my life that frustrate the hell out of me every single day, just about. And they're always going to be there. So, me, believe me, I have a friend that tells me all the time, you complain too much. Complain all you want, in my opinion. But don't make that the thing you're always focusing on. Like, focus on a solution, focus on something you can do about it. And it may feel like there's nothing you can do about it, and there may be very limited options for you in what you can do about it, but try as hard as you can to find that one thing that's going to hopefully get you one step closer to getting out of whatever situation you're in. And maybe focusing on that and putting all your energy and attention on that will help to get your mind off of the fact that you feel lonely, that you feel like nobody cares, that you feel like there's nothing you can do. Because I know that feeling very well, and it's a horrible feeling. Um, and it's a very easy place to get stuck in, especially when you don't have resources and you don't have people to talk to, and you feel very alone. But there is typically something that you can do, and I've mentioned this in other videos talking about this before. You know, even if there is nothing, just the passage of time will eventually change enough circumstances that some kind of opening will open up, and you will find a way to go forward from there. So even if right now is not the right time, there will be a time when you can change your circumstances. So I don't know if that's going to help anybody. I really just wanted to do this well, you know, I hate just making a video and not feeling like I'm maybe helping somebody in some way. So that's why I throw all of that in there. But I really just wanted to kind of update people. Yes, I'm still alive. I'm still out here. Um, I would love to do a lot more YouTube. I would love to do videos on this channel, not necessarily about mental health, just about my opinions and talking about different stuff, but even that, I'm not really sure that I can do it in a way that's going to be entertaining and fun to watch and anybody would really want to watch, because I know what I like to watch, and I like to watch stuff that's put together, that's thoughtful, that's interesting, that's engaging, and I don't think I can be that person half the time because I'm operating on 4 hours of sleep and I don't have enough time to accomplish the things in my normal life like laundry and cooking and cleaning and all that other stuff. So how am I going to do YouTube too? I'm not. Like, it doesn't make any sense. Um, but it's in my mind, it's on the back burner, and I don't know, maybe in a couple of years when I get my life together and I finally do have time to do it, maybe it will come to life. But for now, I can't stress over it. I just have learned to accept, finally, that it's not something I'm really able to do at the moment. And I don't know, maybe every now and then I'll just check in like I'm checking in now, and we'll just go from there. So, to anybody who's here, I appreciate your time. Thank you for listening. Thank you for caring at all to click on the video and see anything about me. I know that when I watch other channels and I watch other people, sometimes I like to watch these little update videos, even if it's like nothing, just to like see how they are and see what's going on. So I appreciate you doing that. I do have stuff I need to get to today, so I'm going to go do that. But thank you again for checking in. I hope you're doing well. If you want to update me on whatever is going on in your life, what you're focusing on, what your goals are, whatever it is, feel free to put it in the comments. I can't guarantee that I'm going to read it. I do kind of check in every now and then, but again, my life is so compact and my time is so limited. I don't have time to dedicate to this, unfortunately. So feel free to share it. Hopefully I'll read it. But I appreciate that you're out there, and I appreciate that we've all been going through these crazy years together, and we're still here. So thank you for that. Now, how am I going to end this thing? I don't even know how. Help me, guys.